Welcome back to the podcast. Sat next to me, a good friend of mine, one of my ex-teammates and current Super League halfback, Ata Hingano. What is the message, my man?
Shut up. Thanks for having us on. No, not much, bro. Just full footy. When footy's on, it's footy. But then away from footy, just a house hermit, bro. Just from when you were last in York, just a hermit, staying at home, just waiting for someone to come on.
And the summer is around the corner. Obviously, kicked off the season. We're coming into round 7 this week. You were back in the Super League after a few years absent, playing at the Knights, and the Knights have returned to Super League now. How have you found it so far?
Mean, bro. Like, I was there, you were there, just to see where we started as a York club to see where it is now. It's coming on to my 4th year now with the York boys. Just to see where it's come from. Like, we've had lows, we've had highs, and yeah, just the whole wave of it to where we are now. Pretty cool for the club.
Absolutely. I think it's something so special. And seeing the club transform since obviously I was last there and seeing how the club's developing, it's unbelievable, really. And I think it shows I don't know, it shows the power of what's gone on with the IMG system in terms of bringing clubs up. And obviously, unlike Bradford, who were in the past a strong Super League club, York have come from being like a club who fought it all the way up, and sort of a bit of a story of success really over the last few years. In particular last year, really big success on the field, league leaders, 1895 cup winners, and now it's obviously shown on the field in Super League. I think the biggest thing for yourself is the transformation on the field, though, for you as a player, the player you've grown into from when you first come over here, your time at Lee, and then going to York. You've really found yourself at home, haven't you?
I have, and like, it's crazy I'm going on 29 now, and I remember when I was 20, and everybody's saying, man, wait till you're 24, that's your prime. Got to 24, they're like, wait till you're 28, that's your prime. And funny enough, like, I'm starting to think that I'm finding my feet now. 29, and just, yeah, as you said, like, I'm finding a home. York's been great. Like, you touched on it earlier about what we've come through. So we had a good bunch of boys there who brought the club up from where it was to now. And we've had a good core group that's still stayed. And I know yourself that's left, but you're still nearby anyway. So just to have all of that helps make York what it is and help me settle into making that a home. But just been unreal, really.
Yeah, for sure. And I think that's the biggest thing, isn't it? Settling into where you are and coming into your own in the club. I think coming into your prime at 29, I don't think that's unusual. And I think some people often give up the game before they've really found their feet.
Yeah,
I think you see so many players come through and they have so much pressure on them as a young fella, and then it doesn't quite click. Injuries, setbacks, whatever it may be, and they step away from the game before it's time to really kick on the field, don't they?
Yeah. And so I'll call home, I'll call Dad, and Dad will be like, man, you're going to come back to the NRL? I'm like, oh, well, we'll just see how it goes. Man, look at Cody Walker. Look how old he is. Look, he's found his prime even later in life. So, like, him trying to bring that on me just, I guess, assures me that, like, I still can find the groove. I still can, probably get my body to where, as you're saying, people don't even get the opportunity to get to this age, let alone 1 game, 2 games. So, no, I'm definitely finding my feet, and yeah.
I love that. And listen, as you said, you're coming into your prime. You're only coming into the best years of your life now. And like you said, mate, you're still young for a halfback. If you see how many halfbacks are playing till a lot later on now, you look at Daly Cherry Evans, Cody Walker. Like, it's getting later and later. The boots aren't being hung up as early, and I think that obviously it takes those years and that bit of trust from a team to let you really build into yourself. We'll reel the years back a little bit, though. Obviously, came through Kiwi. Came through the New Zealand system, Tongan heritage.
Up the Was,
Tongan heritage, but we'll touch on all that. But coming through the system at the Was, what was that like growing up? And do you feel like you always knew you were destined to play rugby league?
Yeah, bro. Like, when I was in New Zealand, I went to a school that had no rugby league team. We had like a under 85s kilos.
Were you over?
Bro, I remember one time, not one time, probably all the games, like when we'll go wearing the scales, if someone said behind you, just lifts you up a bit, it takes the scales off, like takes the weight off. So I'll start at like 89, then one of the boys just lift me up, 84. Then the refs or whatever come back, yeah, he's made it. That's the only time we had a team, and it was like under 85 restrictions, but then the rest of the time it was just all league, and like my dad just drove it into me that just rugby league. So when he asked, was I destined? I guess I was, because I only had that instilled into me from a young age.
Yeah.
So I was at the Wilds from when I was 14 until 21 before I went to Canberra. And bro, it was a mean time. Like, when I started there, I kind of found friendships that all the boys were a lot older than me. And till now, I've got those friendships still. And it's helped installed like habits and values in me now to how I want to be to the young fellas. So yeah, my time at the Wilds was mean. And it's good to see how far they've come now. Because during my years, I remember there was one game, my last season actually, we were going how many losses in a row. So when I grew up, I started out as a prop. I wasn't actually a half, I was a prop. Oh yeah, 2 props on the couch. I was a prop.
Still are, G. Prop, half of the props body, what?
They give that away. So I started as a prop, and Ben Metalino was my favorite player because, the shoulder charges back then.
Yeah.
So I wanted to like simulate my game to his game, just all the shoulder charges. But then we were playing at Leichhardt Oval, and I think it was one of our last games, one of my last games as the Warriors, and we were getting pumped, but we just scored, and I remember walking back with Benny Mats, and like I just said to him like, bro, fuck, so sorry we couldn't get the win for you. So for me to look onto him as like he's my idol, I remember that moment because then I'm thinking like he was so good to me, like he was always nice to me. That's the kind of reflection that I want to have on the young fellas coming up now.
Yeah, 100%.
So that's, that when I say like it was cool there, like we had a good group. And just, I guess when I was around all those old fellas, just, brought all good values into me.
100%. Tell us a little bit about that core group that you had coming through the Wilds and how important that was. Because I look back at my time when I stepped into obviously the professional game and at Huddersfield, and the people who stood out the biggest for me were obviously Michael Lawrence, Bruno, our ex-captain at Bradford, and Kumatai, mate. Kumatai took me under the wing. You still have him up there. He's still involved with the York Newcastle setup, and mate, what a special player he is, and he took me under the wing. So when I got to share the field with him when I did at Huddersfield and then at York, it was so special to me because he looked after me like. He didn't look at me any different than anyone else. He just looked after me, took me under the wing, and he to me was like what Ben was to you. Do you know? I just wanted to be like him. I respected him on and off the field as a person, as a man. I was like, I want to be like Kuma. He is the man. But tell us a little bit about that leadership group that you had at the Wilds and the people who helped bring you through and what they instilled in you as a player.
So like when I was at the Wilds, like a young Tongan, like I was always like a proud Tongan.
Yeah.
So when I was there, I was lucky enough to have Connie, and Connie's a character, then Manu Vatove too. So those two boys, they really took me under their wings. They like proper looked after me like one of their younger tokos,
Yeah.
And right through from when I was 14 till now, they still look and treat me that way. And it's pretty crazy, like wherever you travel around the world, you're always bumping into them. Like we ended up over here playing rugby league with Connie too. So like anytime I see him, he looked after me. Vice versa, when I go back home and Manu's there, he'll look after me there too. So all that leadership, like as you said, like Big Docs, he's probably the one guy where like I want that. Like, see how you talk highly of him?
Yeah.
I want, like, if I'm teaching a young fellow or I'm coming up to one of the young fellows, that they look at me and be like, oh, I remember when Ata done this. Like Doc's till this day, Doc's still doing all the young fellas. Like he's still the last one out, like he'll be the first one on the field, but then the last one, even if it's raining, it is when it's with you too, like just helping out all the young fellas. Like probably my approach, like probably that's where I'm different in the game is I'm quite like calm, where I just try to keep it simple. Like just do, like Docs will be out there all night if you wanted to. I've
been out there all night with him. And my head's rattling, you know what I mean? He's bumped me off 50 times, like 50 times in a row, just on that pad like that, doing bumpers, mate, on that pad. Head's going back like that. Oh, good, Docs, yeah, one more.
When we're seeing you first thing the next morning, we're like, oh, they're probably going home and come back, but you've probably just been there all night. Yeah. But that's the kind of like, I want to be like that, but in like a short frame. Just like a good, effective 10 minutes, learn this, get out.
Oh.
So yeah,
I love that, and I think it's so important. And I think like you're doing it now already. Do you know what I mean? To see, like, obviously knowing you personally, it's a bit different on this podcast because I know you a bit more personally than some of the guests that come on, and seeing how you've grown into a leader over the past few years, it's special. Like it is. You know what I'm saying, though, bro? Like, geez, I remember when you came across from Leeds to York, and I didn't know much about you, and seeing your growth on and off the field, it's been awesome, and I think it's credit to your character and, like you said, those values that were instilled into you as a young fella. From the Waz, you move over to the Mighty Milk. Canberra Raiders. Tell us a little bit about that transition and how that went in your career. Do you feel like that was a big jump for you?
A massive jump. So
obviously moving away from New Zealand as well.
Yeah. So I just turned 21, moved over to Canberra, and this was just after World Cup. And after that World Cup campaign was like the best for Tonga. You know, that was when all the big names came across. I was proud that I was always going to play Tonga. So we had a killer year. After that killer year, I don't know why my stupid brain started thinking, man, I want to chase rings. I started chasing premierships after just World Cup. We didn't even win that World Cup. I was like, I want a premiership ring. Frick. So then I think at the time we were signing Kieran Foran as well.
Yeah.
So I kind of knew my place. You know, you just got to weigh your time. So I was still a young fella. And when we were signing Foran, so then I was like, oh, can I get a release? So I got a release, gone out, went to the Milk. And probably 2 years I was at Canberra, and it was the best, like freedom. Just felt a bit more free. I don't know why that is. Probably we're not the Warriors. Like, we're proper professional. Like, you had to eat this way, be lean this way, like skin folds. Like, we had so many routine things that we had to follow. But then I came to Canberra, and it was like low key a bit opposite. It was like boys just wanted to enjoy their footy. That's where I joke about it now that I probably became like a low-key alcoholic from there. No, not in a bad way. Just you just enjoy like the camaraderie of the boys, like the drinking when it comes to it. Win or lose, we'll just enjoy one another's time, you know? So
yeah.
And then in that first year, the boys made it right all the way through to the grand final. You know, like how mad is that? I only played 9 games then. I got injured then. I've been through a bad run of injuries, but bro, my time in Canberra, I've always said like I love the Canberra. Canberra holds a mean spot close to my heart, and when everybody says why Canberra, like, bro, it's a mean. It's the people. It's the people that makes it. Vice versa here in New York too.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
It's always home when you've got the right people around you, and I definitely did. Still close to some of those boys now, so. Yeah, that was the transition.
And what a place. I always say Canberra has such a soft spot in my heart. And everyone from Australia says, why do you love Canberra? It's a shithole. Do you know what I mean? Or they like, obviously they say, what's the place in Canberra that you go to, all the school kids go to? You know what I'm talking about? Quantico, no? Is that what it's called?
Is it the spaceship thing?
Yeah, I don't know what it's called. Quantico or something like that. Anyways, everyone says that's the only thing that's in Canberra. When you live there, and like you said, the closeness of, even when I was at 20s, like the closeness of the boys, and everyone's in Canberra. Yeah, like you
made friends from then that you're still friends with now.
Exactly. And like everyone's there. No one's traveling in and out every day. You're all around it, and it is a good culture. Like, you have a drink together and that. It is a good culture. And it's just a good place. Well, I loved it anyway. It's a good place to be.
It helps because there's a small town.
100%. I think like you see it all too often here, and it's not so much at York because a lot of people there's a good core group of people who live at York, but there's so many teams that you see that everyone just travels in for training and everyone travels home. Do you know what I mean? To wherever they're from, because it's up and down to 62. Well, all the rugby league players are in this pocket. You put a pin in Leeds and draw a 2-hour circle, and every single rugby league player, 80% live in this little circle. But then that means a lot of players are happy to travel an hour and a half, 2 hours to go to training. Whereas when you go to a team like York, because you're so far away, or even like Canberra, everyone's in and amongst it. Do you know what I mean? No one's traveling in, and that brings the boys closer together as well, because no one's jetting off because they have to beat the traffic. You know, they all live in the city. They all live in the town.
Hard. I'm saying hard like I was always there.
But
I'm saying hard like I'm the one organising. Boys, let's all catch up.
The Hermit, hey, this fella, if anyone doesn't know Ata Hingano, his nickname's the Hermit because he just stays at home. You only see him twice a year, and I think I've used up both my tokens already. So what's it? It's April, that's it, lad. That's it, I'm done.
Lucky you picked me up, or else this would have been overtime.
That's it, I'm not seeing you until next year now. I want to rewind it a bit. Obviously, 2017 World Cup, talking about your career at Tonga. You're a proud Tongan, your heritage comes from Tonga, and obviously I know how much it means to you. But that was obviously the the turning point. That World Cup, that was when like Tonga laid down the platform for what is now, as we look, nearly 9 years on, now you have a strong Samoa, you have a strong Tonga, and the island nations are continuing to grow because players are playing for the Pacific nations, they're playing for their heritage, they're playing for their family, rather than just chasing that Kiwi or that Australian jersey. And I always say on this podcast, I love international rugby league. I love seeing the game stronger, and like what a run it was, that 2017, that 2018, and then obviously the cherry on top, although you got injured during the game, was beating the Aussies. Bit special, that, wasn't it?
Yeah, hard. Like, bro, as you said before, proud Tongan, and lucky enough, I'm still playing, and the World Cup's coming around this year again, and now we're in Super League 2. So, like, I'm that proud that I want to be back in. I know if you look at the generation that's coming through now that's playing at the NRL, like, they're killing it. Like, what they do now to how I look at myself, like, man, where have they learned that from? Like, how did I not play like that? So, like, I'm trying to do my part, or my best part, that it's still seen enough that I can still be in the picture for Tonga this year. But, bro, yeah, 2017, just all of it, like, yeah, unreal scenes, unreal going back to Tonga. That's the first time I went back to Tonga, was when I was in the team, because Tonga brought us over back home. So you would almost call me plastic, but I'm not, like, through Tonga all the way. But yeah, just that whole transition of the World Cup, like the Oz game. I didn't play any of those big games that we won, lad. The ones that we did win, I was either injured, and that was a massive turning point.
Yeah, what was it? I want to talk about that. Was it your shoulder? What did you do around that time?
So I can't remember what year it was, but I remember that there was when I was at Canberra, I got injured I done my ankle mid-year. So I was out the whole season, but I wanted to push to come back to play for Tonga. They were versing Australia in Eden Park, Mouse Smart Stadium back in New Zealand. And Stick said to me, Ata, I don't want you to go play. Don't want you to injure yourself. I was like, no, I'm all good. He goes, mate, I don't want you to go play. So I went against him. I was like, no, I want to go play. I want to go play. So I went and played, injured myself. And I think, low-key, that's what me and Stick, I think Stick got off pause. Stick was off me from that moment, like, of, me going against saying, no, I'm just going to go play. So then I got injured right through, I don't know what happened, but I turned up into that camp where Tonga versus Australia, and we won. Got up to probably captain's run, or, like, let's say the game was a Saturday, captain's run Friday, maybe the Wednesday. So trained right up the week before, right up to Wednesday. And then Wolfie comes and goes, Ata, I'm not going to play you. I was cut. I was like, what? Low-key, I knew I wasn't ready. Because, like, I was just turned up. I just assumed, like, man, I'm going to play, like, it's my country. You know what it is, like, when it's for your country, you'll go the extra mile for it, So I was cut, but I knew I wasn't fit enough.
Yeah.
Because I've just come off injury, and I'm telling myself, no, I can play. I'm going to do the extra mile. Like, but then Wolfie stood me down. Like, I remember him saying in the team room with all the boys, and I was cut as. And I still remember that conversation. And then since then, I've never made it back to Tonga, always holding it in that, man, like, what's it take? Like, now I need to, when it comes around to the time again, like, I try and get myself first. So ever since that moment I got cut from Wolfie, I try to hold a standard to, like, all right, I'm going to try to play this so I can make it back. I'm not saying, like, I wanted to make time, but it held me to a good standard that I'd always train hard. I'd always try and do the little bits that would get me back to it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that was the turning point. And then, yeah, I've just haven't made it back since, 2018. So, what's that going on to now? 8 years.
9 years, 8 years, 8 years, 8 years, yeah.
So, hopefully...
Yet is the key word. Yet is the key word, because it's a special year this year, obviously, with the long time coming, comeback season, baby. Man, it makes me so happy hearing how proud you speak about playing for your country. Obviously, you know how proud I am about playing for Ireland, and I always go on about it. But it's different. It's different, and you do go that extra mile. You do want to be fit, ready, putting your best foot forward for your country, because like they're your brothers, and like obviously you know about the camaraderie that you have there. You can see it, everyone can see it from the outside, and the fans that you have when you play for Tonga. It's different, isn't it? It's different. What's your favourite memory in a Tongan jersey?
Heaps. Like you could say when I was going back to Tonga, the parades in New Zealand. But my favourite one was we beat Samoa in New Zealand. Like, the rivalry between Samoa and Tonga. But then just going over to my dad and just saying like, he didn't really say anything to me. We just hugged it out, cried, but just seeing how proud he was and how proud I was, because I remember 2016 I played Junior Kiwis, and in that same hotel was where Tonga stayed. So when you're going out and in and out of the hotel, I see the boys, and I'm just thinking, man, like I want to play with them. And then literally the year later, I'm playing like World Cup with them. So like, yeah, that moment when I seen like Dad didn't have to say anything, just seeing him cry and just seeing how proud he is. My whole family's there too. So for me, it was, just to see how proud my parents are. I guess that goes across all the boards of, all the island boys, even your parents too, that, when you're representing your country, you're doing it for them.
100%.
What they've done for you.
100%. There's nothing better than playing for your country, and it means the world, doesn't it? It means the world. I love it. Like I always say, I love international rugby league.
National anthem, eh?
Oh God, I love singing that. Man, I love singing that.
Video.
Oh, it's a little video. Hey, listen, little bit, not too bad. But honestly, singing your national anthem is the best ever. And like we had 2 games for Ireland, and it was the middle of my off season this year, and I landed back. I went to, because I had to go. I didn't have to. I got to go filming podcasts in Oz this year. So the off season finished. We didn't make the GF, obviously, unfortunately, at Bradford last year. But obviously we had the GF on our minds. Do you know what I mean? We had the GF as a bit of our mission. So none of us had any plans for the off season until after the grand final, because we were always ambitious of making the grand final at Bradford last year. But anyway, so I only had a week in Australia to film my podcast and see who I needed to see and do what I had to do. And I landed back in London that Thursday morning, got the train back up north, and captain's run Thursday night for the Saturday game against Wales. Woke up Friday, travelled down, and then played against Wales on the Saturday. I was jet lagged, cooked, hip flexors tight, back broken. Do you know what I mean? But I did not care. All I wanted to do was
Still pulled through.
Still pulled through. Obviously, man of the match and that. Say that. But you know what I mean. Like that's what it means to play for your country. And listen, God willing, you get to put that jersey on at a World Cup. I'm gutted Ireland aren't going to be there, but I have a good feeling that you're going to be there playing for Tonga, and that'll be something so special, I think.
Hard, hopefully.
Hey, full circle moments. Obviously, you move on from Canberra, like you mentioned. Obviously, didn't work out after playing for Tonga with Sticky and that, and you ended up at Mackay with Big Jesse D.
Big Jesse D.
And this is where things all come full circle, like you mentioned about the games and your brothers, and you're obviously still playing now. Tell us about that move up to Queensland. So you've left home of New Zealand, bit of a transition to Australian lifestyle, but then you're going from Canberra to Queensland. The warm country as well up in Mackay. What was that like?
No, that was good, bro. So I was in Mackay for a year and a half before I moved over to over to UK. Like, just I don't know where, I can't even remember where that was going, to be honest, because I think Mackay was still feeding towards Cowboys.
Cowboys, yeah.
So we're the reserve to the Cowboys. That year, just played. I didn't really stand out. I wouldn't say I stand out that first year, but I still was able to get a crack to go do preseason with the Cowboys. So I went down preseason there, and man, when people say it's hot, like, that was really hot, eh?
Oh, mate, it's crazy, isn't it?
Hot as, and half the time you're losing weight just by walking to training. Like, it's a sauna just walking to training. That's how I shredded off all that extra flabs, but. And then the next half, I think it was COVID.
Yeah, COVID. Yeah.
So, the year and a half I was playing with GCD. And even same Cook too. Full circle, he's living with us as well. So, just how all that's come around to where we are now, like pretty crack out. Just all playing, joking around. And I remember talking to Jesse too, and like we were both saying to one another, like, bro, he wanted to say, because he said it first that, bro, if I get to UK, I'll go give it a crack. And I was pretty content, like, I don't know, I'm just going to see where this goes for now. I don't know what's going to happen. Then got a call from an agent that time. Bro, there's an opportunity at Salford. And then that's how it all came about. And funny enough, a few weeks later, Jesse came over too. So then, crack up.
Hey, it's crazy. Jesse told me that he's your favourite Aussie.
Jesse.
That's what Jesse said. I don't know,
If
true or
that's the
false.
case, then he's probably the only Aussie I know.
He goes all right. Does that
He's up there, bro. He's up there. He's the man.
It's full circle. That it is major full circle. Just speaking on that, like obviously the hot weather, hot pre-season, it's absolutely disgusting. I remember when I got to Canberra, it was bushfire season.
Oh, yeah.
So we're inside in AIS for what? Maybe the first week I was there just running on treadmills. Then we went outside, lad, 40 degrees at like 5 p.m. Because obviously 20 train morning and then train evening after the NRL are in. Man, it was like 35, 40 degrees, lad. I reckon that I lost so much weight. Lost that much weight in that first little bit because you're just running non-stop as well. Running non-stop. And I couldn't believe it. But it's crazy. And that's what, like I always say now, this is why I got into, part of the reason why I got into the coaching element and things and what I do with my own business is the fact that I've made so many mistakes as a player that I want to stop players doing that. You know what I mean? I want to stop players going through the mistakes that I made. Like, you know yourself, even when we lived together, you used to say, Ronan, you're such a robot. You're like a robot. Do you know what I mean? Routine. It was beyond routine, bro. It was OCD, bro. You know, like everyone has their things they do before a game. You know what I mean? Whatever. Like, you want to prep mentally, do something, but like, I was OCD about it all, bro, and like I'm so the opposite now. Do you know? Like it's something that.
No, you're not. You're still eating 6 eggs in that.
Yeah, I still do that, but that's just
down me.
Gee, that's just trying to get jacked. That's just because I want to be jacked, lad. That's nothing to do with the OCD.
Just for the viewers, I was when I came to York, I was a bit overweight, and I was trying to act Ronan. Well, I was probably like 105 maybe, and I was trying to act Ronan, bro. I need a diet. Like, how do I shed this off? The bro had me eating 6 eggs. 3-4 cans of tuna with rice. I was like, bro, what the hell is this? I ain't losing anything on this.
But
I'm losing red meat, if anything. Just 6 eggs and tuna and rice.
No, you can't help me on my own
prison
podcast.
routine.
He's helping me. Hey, if you ate that, you would have lost weight. You want to go there?
Me, have green tea with your 6 eggs.
do I or don't I?
I'll lose from that, was I?
I still do that now. He's helping me on my own podcast. The reason after was 105 kilos because he sat on the couch all season eating cookies. But you want to go there?
Oh man, nah. 6 cans of tuna.
Listen. If anyone,
did you try to tell me put sriracha because it's gonna speed up my metabolism?
Nah, Frank's Red Hot. Sriracha too many cows.
Yeah, what's it called?
Frank's Red Hot, lad. Frank's Red Hot. Nah, honest to God though, I
didn't lose weight. I gained weight. My cookies upstairs.
Gee, you were hiding the cookies upstairs. That's why I heard them rustling when I lived there. I heard them rustling in the room.
After day one, I was not happy. I was like, what is this?
I can't believe that out of me from my diet plans. Don't worry, the diet plans have got better since then. Oh man!
Shout out to Ronan Online PT.
You're killing me. But I've lost. I've lost it now. I've lost my train of thought. I don't know what I was saying to you before. You came over to Salford. And then obviously moved on from Salford to me. What was it like when you landed in the UK? You've been obviously in the Q Cup and then you're back in the top level that is over here. Playing Super League, having a crack at Salford. Bit of an adjustment again.
But I guess because I was at the WAS and Canberra, it kind of instilled like those habits and routines to it just slots in pretty comfortably. So that was all good. Like landed in Salford, I think on a Sunday, and we played that Friday. Can't remember who we played, but yeah, slotted straight, just like I just did. Got off the plane, played international. You just pull through. That's what it seems like over here too. Like you just gotta get your body through it, and so yeah, I only played at Salford half a season, then back into championship, and then transition back into Super League. So
now this is where it gets really tasty. So you leave Salford, you end up at Leeds. So you've not moved too far away from home. You're in the Greater Manchester area. You're in the Leeds team that are. I will go on record saying the most stacked championship team to ever exist. I'd say they're better than, like, that League team on paper is probably better than most Super League teams now. You know, that was a good team. You look at the names that obviously eventually you came across to York, and there was times when you weren't playing there. You look at like the names that weren't playing are all playing Super League now. Put it that way, and they were the ones who couldn't make the 13 or the 17 there. A bit of a crazy year at Lee, really. Tell us a little bit about that, because I remember when we first got to know each other, you were telling me that for those who aren't like big rugby league fans, like obviously from a post you'd usually defend with six from alongside. And you said at training you just go in on a Wednesday and try to defend it with 3 or 4 just to try and make it a little bit more difficult because the games were that easy on the weekend. You said your Wednesday training session was harder than the game you played on the Sunday because you tested each other that much. So tell us a little bit about that. Playing at Lee in that year when you went unbeaten.
So in pre-season, honestly, we had probably about 9 on first day of pre-season. Then the numbers grew up, but I think we didn't get any more than probably 15 by December. Bang! January comes, new year, new team. Everybody's all signed. That's how stacked it was that we were signing like all established players, you know? Like Blake Ferguson was one of them. We had Inu, Nene McDonald. Who else was there?
Man,
John Asiata.
Keep them coming, bro. Keep the
Like,
name. Tom Amone, Kyle O'Donnell, Joey Mellor, Lockie Lamb, Edwin Apape, Lockie Lamb.
The whole team was just, what's it called? Like hacked. You know when you're playing League Live and it's just hacked? Like these guys are just crazy. Like as you said when you're joking about like trainings, we'll have competitive referee rights just because. No, I don't want to disrespect any other teams, but we knew the level of boys that we had were somewhat higher IQs than some opponents who were playing on the weekends.
100%.
So at trainings, yeah, as you said, from a 5 person, instead of having 6, we'll have 3. And then when we were defending it, we were like arcing up, yeah, what, is that all you got? Are you going to throw anything? Just the competitive and referee rights were like, but like, I guess too, like when you have banter like that, it shows the kind of respect you have for one another. Like, you don't see a shy kid having banter with somebody that's older if they weren't comfortable already.
Yeah.
So like we had the whole team gelling with one another, from youngest to the oldest, you know. So speaking on that, like we just had a good foundation of boys. Like where when it was time to switch on, we'll switch on. When it's time to switch off, like just all the hangouts, like the drink ups too. Deservedly, you know, would win it, then we'll drink up too. Like all that stuff, bro. It just all counts for like what makes a good team. And yeah, I guess just how we were bonding on and off the field, just shows on the field.
Yeah, 100%, bro, 100%. It was a crazy team to come up against that year, and I remember thinking like, obviously we had our boys and like some of them are tradesmen and that, and then you're going up and
Blake Ferguson come doing backflips.
Yeah, Blake Ferguson's doing backflips after he scored a hat trick, and you're there like you don't have any answers. You know, I was a young kid that year. 2022 was my first year at York. I went on loan season long from Huddersfield, and like I remember thinking, oh my god, this is crazy. The team just got better and better as the year went on. Mm-hmm. Someone else would sign and come in, and someone else would sign and come in, and they just keep on adding to what already was a good team. And all of a sudden, like I said, the list of players who didn't play by the end of that year are all still in the Super League now, which is madness. You come across to York then, obviously. Well, inevitably, as we're sat here now, it was a positive move for yourself. What did you think at the time? Obviously, coming across to York probably felt a little bit. Well, I'd imagine humbling after going from that environment, surrounded by superstars, to York, which is something that was building a promising city. But York at the time in 2022 was one of those teams that everyone was saying York can be something. York's going to be something. Like I went on loan and it was like York's a top end championship team. It's going to be something, but it wasn't quite there yet. What was that transition across like?
So I came mid-year through 22.
22, yeah.
So when I was at Lee, we just signed Lockie
Lamb, yeah.
But and credit to him, like I knew that I probably was going to be like 3rd, 4th string to him. But he's clear now. Like you look at the season now, him and his dad's a mean coach too. So lucky enough, I didn't really know of where I was going to go. I was like stuck in the mud because I was injured too. I was like, man, what's going to happen? I didn't even know about this transfer window. So I had a week to figure out what am I going to do. Then Clint calls me. He sells me the dream. Then I end up over in York. But from what I remember, I had no other option, bro. So it was literally just either hang it out and play 1 or 2 games, try pick up something at the end of the year, or take a chance with someone who's I've never heard of the town either, but then taking a chance on me, you know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%.
So it goes to show that if someone's had this much faith in me, I must be doing something good that he's seen that I don't really see myself. Because I only played a fair few games before the transfer window. Because I was still chopping changing with Ben Reynolds and Joey Miller, who again, they were carving as well. Like, when you have a stacked team, it's hard to compete if you're third string, you know? So, yeah, just how all that came about with Clint coming on board, selling me the dream. That's how I ended up in York and now 4 years strong.
4 years strong, newly promoted Super League team, and obviously had a good run of it. But it wasn't always smooth sailing, was it? Obviously, this is when we started living together, because I moved up in 2023, and I think that as the years built, you've built into your time at York. Obviously, injuries, couple injury setbacks initially, and it probably struggled to get your body right at first. What was that like? What were you going through mentally when you feel like obviously York's pretty far away from everything? You're in this town up in the north of England, and you feel like you're getting injury setbacks, and obviously there's bound to be pressure when you're in that 6 or that 7 shirt, and there's an expectation on you when you come in as a halfback, more so than when you're like a young kid. You're expected to steer a team around. Did you feel like there was pressure, or did you feel like those injury setbacks were getting to you at all?
The pressure would have just came on self-expectations.
Self-expectation.
Like, you would have read or hear about like Ata Hingano is coming from Lee, team that's never lost. So like, not that was the article, but just when it's in my own head thinking, like, I've come from a top team, these guys are going to expect something from me. I need to do this, need to play like established, like I am a 6'7". I'm not third string, start playing like I'm a starter. But then, as you see, like how I found my way into the team in town, like we just had a good group, like a good core group. Like when I first moved in, it was me, you, and Bales.
Crew.
That was a crew, and a very humbling story of how the house was, how we grew from that house.
We've come a long way from that.
Yeah. From what we worked around to working around one another to, like, look how you've got your place. Like, to see so much growth as how you see in me to how I see in you with all of this. Like, it's the people that you put yourself around that helps to build you to where you want to be. So then going on to 2023, played one game off, one game on, not like a cigar type. Just came down to injuries. And then, I can't remember what big injury I had. I think it was the ankle op. I must have been a big injury. But then that set me back hard. And then, yeah, just life wasn't really going the way that I planned. Wasn't playing any games. But I think the one thing I take away from that is I had good people around me. I had yourself. Bales is one of them. Like, Bales can talk a chair off a leg, but he's good for it, you know? Like, he'll distract you from what you're mentally being down on. And then Jesse was there too. Because what year? 2023, I moved out, eh? Is that when I moved out?
I think 2023, you moved out.
How many trees?
Don't start with me. Now, you moved out. Yeah, you moved out early 2023. You moved out, and then it was me, Bales, and Fitzy.
Yeah.
And then it was me, Bales, and Nico. And then it was me, Bales, and Robin. Then it was me, Bales, and Bartle. But it was always me and Bales. It was always me and Bales. But yeah, you moved out, and then you moved in with Jesse Jen. And then obviously you were doing your own thing. But
yeah, so we were at Wellesley. It was me, Jesse, and Jen. And like I said, like I was going through like a ugly ass patch of injuries. Like I was finding myself like resulting to like just drinking a lot because like, man, I'm injured. Nothing worse could happen. And Jesse, bro, he held it down for like me and him. He like turned up when I didn't realize how much I needed someone there to be. I remember one time, like I was like low as just at home. I was like, fuck. It was a mean ass day, and I think they were playing. And Jesse goes, "Oh, what are you up to?" I was like, "Oh, I was gonna go for a drink." He goes, "Why?" I goes, and I think I actually said to him like, "Oh no, bro, I just feel down. I was gonna go for a drink." He goes, "Nah, gee, don't wait here. Well, let me finish my game, and I'll come back and I'll drink with you." finished this game, came back drunk. Mind you, Jesse don't drink too, eh?
Yeah, never, bro. You get
drinks.
once a year max off him.
Once a year max. So I got annual leave off Jesse to actually come and have a drink with me. But like those moments you remember of, and like you fond of just how much others can have an impact on your life. So that's why me and Jesse's been good, bro. From that house on to now, yeah, he's probably the best Aussie, as he said earlier. Probably the best Aussie I know, bro.
Self-proclaimed best Aussie, but yeah, it is special. And like I said, the reason that we have that little crew and the crew of people at York and that core group of people went so far, I genuinely believe it's because it's built off good people.
Yeah.
It's a club built off good people, and that's why it's gone so far. And like any successful organisation, it's built around good people and good cultures, and that core group stayed the same as you progressed, and it's been added on to. But that core group of people, like I look at the names on the team sheet now, and who was there in 22 or 23, and you have like you, Jesse, Liam, Neek's obviously still kicking about up there. You know, Bailey. Like there's blokes who've been there who have been on the other side or been around it when it was getting 100 put on you by Lee.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Oh, jeez, man.
Backflip on.
Oh, triple backflips, 6 tries. No, you want me to tell you? I feel like I always mention this on my podcast. That stupid game against Lee, because it was like as bad as it seems. But the worst thing about that whole game, yeah, was Christian Inu kicking 16 from 16. Like, it's bad enough conceding 16 tries, but he kicked 32 points that game. He just went beep, bop, beep, slotted it over. Do you know what I mean? Robo boot, didn't miss, lad. Just missed one, lad, make it 98, you know what I mean? Had to kick 16 from 16. You know how hard that is? From all over, every corner, mate. He did that, knocked them all over. But, yeah, bro, to see that, like, that group of people and that, those people stay strong, even like down to like Cookie making his debut there the other day, and like,
yeah, bro.
Like, that's what it's all about, isn't it? That's what it's all about, and that's what cultures are sort of built on, and that's what strong foundations are built on.
And it's good too, because like when you say that, without even knowing, these younger fellas are picking up on it. So then they become, or they infiltrate in their habits and how they go about training, like what you're doing to one another. You know what I mean? So like when you say Cookie, like Cookie is probably one of the best boys who's on and off the field, good value for the team, just like you, bro. So like all of these things, without even knowing, these guys are picking up. No, probably not even the young ones, even like myself too. Like I'm older than you, younger than Cookie, but I picked something good off you, vice versa, you know what I mean? So when you say good values and that, we don't know how much, like how far it actually goes, that when you're a good person, how much culture that brings.
100%, bro. 100%. It rubs off on everyone. And that professionalism and that energy, bro, rubs off on anyone. And I think the biggest credit is Fieldy, bro. Fieldy came here. He's going to be mad at me that I said that. But he came like a string bean when he came to us, bro. Look at him, bro. The boys took him under, bro. We took him to Malta, showed him how to have a good time in that during a week off. And now look at him, bro. He's established now, bro. But he's like last year, bro. Like we look at the games. Like Fieldy had to line up against Wonga Blake, like. And Fieldy carved it. He carved it in the centre, bro. But like he's just lining up against like mate, Wonga played, and I hope Wonga won't mind me saying this. Me and Wonga are really good mates and teammates. But like Wonga played in the 22 grand final for Para. Do you know what I mean? And like Fieldy came to York having not experienced Super League. Like it's not like he came as an established player, and seeing his growth as a young lad and the other young lads who've grown off their time there, mate, that's what it's all about. And that's credit to like people like yourself, like Jesse, like Cookie, bringing that professional attitude. And you don't realise what you're doing sometimes, bro. You know what I mean? You don't realise the impact that you have on people and the butterfly effect of that, do you?
Yeah. That's probably the best way to put it.
The butterfly effect, bro. It literally is everything. Looking ahead of the year now, bro. What, besides obviously the World Cup at the end, what are some of your goals internally, bro? Big movements as well, by the way, for this man. Engaged, house, everything's coming your way, brother, at the moment, bro. Like a magnet for miracles. But obviously, what are the goals for the year ahead? On and off the field.
For footy, I initially wrote, be consistent, try play every game. I've missed a month of footy already for a minor calf. So now it's just getting back on that, just trying to play every game, be consistent. I'm only at York. I'm only signed to York for 1 year. So again, that's another goal that stems off that, is trying to earn a contract. Ideally here in York, like love it in York, but yeah, I guess I still got my dad in the back of my mind, like, man, come back to NRL. now I can actually go, I'll try, like, oh yeah, half keen now. But yeah, so I just, I want to set myself up now because 29 and what the average retire age is 34, 32. So like I'm at the stage now where it's probably different too. Like I'm starting to think ahead, like, man, how can I set myself up? What can I study? All of this. So on top of that, I'm trying to figure out studies, but yeah, like away from footy, just with engage, obviously, trying to plan weddings, our house, trying to sort out the house. Kids will come after that, vice versa. So yeah, just I guess everything just comes down to me just playing good. Everything stems off that, and so yeah, that's my personal goal. Just try to set myself up for a few more years in rugby, but then see my family up.
100%, bro. 100%. So special, bro. And so it's mad, bro. It's mad. Like it's moments like this, like, when I feel like it's full circle, and I sort of step away from the game of rugby league and go like, just mate, life's so crazy sometimes. Life's so crazy, and like I'm going through a journey myself right now within the game, but away from it, like, what is it, 26 now? Like 3.5 years ago, we went to the preseason at York. We were sat on that couch in our old gaff, bro, in Flaxman, and like we were looking around like, what's going on? And it was just, mate, 3.5 years ago, it was a completely different life for us. Do you know what I mean? Like, and to see the growth on and off the field of both you and I, and it's what these conversations are all about. And it's those full circle moments that really hammer home for me that if you turn up consistently every day with the goal of being better than you were yesterday, everything takes care of itself.
Yeah.
It's that ability to filter out the noise and literally turn up every single day with the destination being, I'm going to be better than I was yesterday.
Yeah.
And when you focus on that and you're not outcome driven and you're not emotionally attached to the outcome, you're just focusing on enjoying that journey and being better than yesterday, then the mistakes and the highs and the lows and the emotion gets taken out of it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And you're able to zoom out. And when you talk about, have conversations like this and people that you bounce off, that you've been mates with, and you've seen how your paths came together for a short period of time, and then we've obviously gone both our separate ways in terms of me coming to Bradford and you staying at York, but seeing how much you've developed and I've developed and how things have changed over that period of time, bro, it's crazy, really. And it goes, you can't help but feel like it's a gift this game, isn't it? And you can't take it for granted, because all too often you get caught up in the noise and the injuries and the highs and lows of riding the roller coaster of the sport. And then you have to step away and go, the game's a gift, bro.
Yeah, hard. No, agreed.
It's something that you can't begin to take for granted, because as soon as you take for granted, bro, that's when you're on the out, aren't you?
Yeah.
100%. Last thing I want to touch on, obviously, is that sort of family thing. You were mentioning about how the pride of your family. How do you feel like you represent that best over here? I love what you do with like getting everyone together on the barbecues and sharing your culture and that, but how much does that mean to you, and being able to share and do that with everyone over here now?
Oh, it means a lot. One thing that has always stuck with me, like the way my dad says it, is how you treat others is a reflection of us and God. So if I treat you well, you're not only going to look at me well, you look at my family. Oh man, Ata's brought up by a nice family, you know? So when you say like barbecues and that, it's, I do that. Like I love people getting together, but I want everybody to understand, like when you come together, like it's out of love. Like look who's around you. Like these are the people that's gonna get you through. Like I've only just learned in the last few years since being with them, like footy isn't everything. Like I remember I used to be so robot in my thinking. Like if I do this, I'm gonna, like, for example, Tonga in 2 years, 26, 20, 24, when I had my breakout year after my injury. At the start of the year, I told myself, I want to make Tonga. Came to the whole year, right to the end of the year, and I had a killer year. Team of the year, team of the month, all of that. And I remember that's what Wolfie said, mate, if you need to make it, you need to at least be top 3 half in the comp. Mate was top 3, top 1 half of the year, you know what I mean?
100%, bro.
Still didn't make it. And I was cut. I was like, what? Like, you just told me, like, I wrapped myself around it with M's help, that I set myself up so high that when I got to it, it was like I was devastated, like, what now? And like, I was proper cut. I don't know how to explain it. Whereas now, I just enjoy, like, I think I hit a little bit, but I don't really set my, what's it called, like, my end goal to, like, if I don't get there, I failed. Like, I just live day by day and, like, just enjoying, like, as you say, like, the journey that it comes with.
100%, bro. 100%. And you can't let one person's opinion define
Nah.
you. And the one that I've been living by, and the quote that I've been living by is, can you be fully committed to the process while being emotionally attached to the outcome? So can you commit every day to the process? That's one of the Sip Drake ones. Can you commit every single day to your process of what you're doing, whether that be footy, whether that be business, whether that be life? Can you commit without being emotionally attached to the outcome? So can you commit every day to this Super League season without being emotionally attached to you making Tonga or not at the end of the year? Do you know, whereas in 24, do you know, you get me? In 24, you were emotionally attached to the end outcome. So you were committed to the goal, but the outcome was the goal, wasn't it? It was making Tonga. But can you turn up every Super League game, every game this year, and be fully committed to the process without being emotionally attached to the outcome? Because that's the ultimate freedom, isn't it? That's the ultimate freedom as an athlete. That's the ultimate freedom in business. That's the ultimate freedom in life. Like, I've had to learn those lessons in business and in footy on and off the field, because they come across in both ways. Is that whether that be footy, you have to turn up and train and get knocked back to keep moving forward. And it's the same with me business. Like, I had to post and talk about stuff and share value. And then now people reach out to me and ask for my help, or whether that be athletes or whether that just be general people who want to get fit and healthy, to ask for my help. That's come off the back of 3-4 years of me putting myself out there and getting absolutely zero, or getting the minimum results. So could I stick to that process? And the difference between the people who make it or the people who get to that end goal and the people who don't is because it's somewhere in between where someone quit and said, nah, it's not for me, I can't do this anymore.
So I'm not saying like I could, but now I've just changed my mind that like I want to enjoy everything
100%.
So like when you say like the barbecues and that, like I love when everybody gets together. I love having a drink. Like just that's why probably like when you come around too. Like I know you're due for one soon, and hopefully I get that text message to that. But just when everybody gets around, like what's the saying they say? Soul food brings everybody together.
Yo.
Hey, you know what I mean? So you've been to a fair few barbecues too. You know how good it is. Like when everybody's just talking smack, listening to Irish music.
I was gonna say, well, I think my invites must be in my letterbox for this year. This year they've gone missing, bro. Hey, Intuition T. Ronan has no 3, 2, 1 teeth. No, bro. Honestly, at the back, bro.
Yeah, exactly like that.
Oh my God! Listen,
when everything comes on, bro. Yeah, we'll be playing that game over, and yeah.
Just don't forget my invite this time, yeah, G. Easy.
1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3, teeth. Nah, honestly, Ata, absolutely awesome podcast. That was a serious message, my man. Thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having us, brother. Appreciate that. See you at the barbecue, bro.
Let's go.